Hello students of class 11th. In previous lecture, in kinematics section of the very first lecture, we have discussed about what motion is, what is the condition of rest, what are the basic parameters of motion. We discussed there about position, then we discussed about distance and displacement, then we came on speed and velocity. We discussed about instantaneous speed, instantaneous velocity, and in continuation of this, let us discuss about average value of velocity, average value of speed. So average speed any average quantity is measured, average measurement is done on a very long time duration, long period of time, and instantaneous values are measured on a very sharp moment of time, exactly at a moment, that is called instantaneous value, whereas average values are measured on a very considerable length of time. So average speed is given by total distance divide by total time. Total distance divide by total time. Here we have distance and time. Let us take an example. This is school. This is home. So home to school is situated at a distance x apart. A student like you goes from home to school with a speed v1. Say v1 is 50 km per hour. And immediately he returns to school because it is a holiday with another speed v2. Say this v2 is 60 km per hour. Then find his average speed in this journey from home to school and immediate return from school to home. Many of you can say average velocity v average is equal to 50 plus 60 divide by 2 is equal to 110 divide by 2 is equal to 55 km per hour. But this calculation is wrong in this case. For obtaining average speed, we have to follow this conceptual formula: total distance divided by total time. Here in this case, total distance of journey is, if this journey is x kilometer, then it is also x kilometer. So total distance here is x plus x. In this first journey, let it takes time t1. And in this second returning journey, if it takes time t2, then total time will be t1 plus t2. Now speed is given, and the basic formula of speed is distance upon time. So time is equal to, take it, cross multiply it, time is equal to distance upon speed. So this t1 time will be this distance x upon this speed v1. This t2 time will be this distance, returning distance is also x divide by this speed v2. Now come on, the formula v average is equal to total distance x plus x divide by total time t1 plus t2. If you put the value of t1 and t2, x plus x equal to 2x. t1 is distance x upon v1, and similarly T2 is distance x upon v2. Now you can take 2x here. Now you can take this x and this x as common. So I am taking these x common. This will be 1 upon v1 plus 1 upon v2. Now x is cancelled with this x. You have this 2 upon 1 upon v1 plus 1 upon v2. You can solve it by taking LCM. So if we take its LCM, pay attention. If we go here in this direction, 2 in numerator. Now you take LCM in this denominator, so it will become v1 into v2. This is multiplied here, v2 plus v1. Now take this upper side, so it will become 2v1 v2 upon v1 plus v2. This is the general formula for finding average speed if distance between the two parts, if ongoing and returning distances are same, or we can say if first half distance is covered by speed v1 and second half distance means total journey is 2x, x is individually half part of it. So if first half is covered with this speed v1 and another half is covered with speed v2, then average speed can be found by using this formula, v average equal to 2v1 v2 v1 plus v2. Now just put the values given here in place of v1 and v2. So v average is equal to 2 into 50 into 60 upon 50 plus 60. In calculating 2 into 50 equal to 100, 100 into 60, so it will be 60 into 100 like this, and 50 plus 60 equal to 110 this. You can further solve it and find your optimum answer. 600 by 11, you can get your answer here, numerical values. So point to remember, you can apply this formula directly in competitive examination provided first half distance is covered with speed v1 and second half distance is covered with with speed v2, then you can apply this formula. However, if distances are not same, then how to solve it? There is nothing to worry, just follow the procedure. Don't use this direct formula, just follow this procedure, you will get your answer. Similarly, if we want to find average velocity, so average velocity is vector quantity. So this distance term should be replaced by its vector quantity. So this distance will be displacement. And displacement is direction sensitive quantity. If this is plus x, then opposite direction will be automatically minus x. So this, and the displacement of this going and returning journey, if these distances are same, then result is 0. So in this case, average speed is find 2v1 v2 upon v1 plus v2 for this case only, and average velocity is 0 here. Use it. Now next motional parameter is acceleration. ACCELERATION. Acceleration is defined as rate of change in velocity. Here velocity is vector quantity. So acceleration is also a vector quantity. Its normal symbol is A and this arrow is shown. Arrow shows this is a vector quantity. This acceleration is rate of change in velocity with respect to time. Pay attention, this sign dv by dt, this is differentiation. And about differentiation we have discussed in previous lecture. You can see the previous lecture and know how to do differentiation. What is the physical meaning of differentiation? Differentiation is used to obtain rate of change, or it is used to break a big thing in many small parts. So dv by dt is rate of change in velocity, is called acceleration. Its measuring unit, it is velocity. Velocity is measured in meter per second, and this again time. Time is measured in second. So measuring unit of acceleration will be meter per second square. So acceleration is measured in meter per second, speed and velocities are measured in meter per second, and acceleration is meter per second square. Let us take a question. If position or distance, or say it is displacement of a particle is given by equation 3t keys to power 4 plus 5t square plus 6t plus 10, then find acceleration. It is acceleration written in short at t equal to 2 seconds. In order to find acceleration, we need this velocity, and velocity is a differentiation of displacement itself. So let us first find velocity. So velocity is equal to d by dx by dt. Here in previous lecture we have learned how to do this differentiation. Take this 3 in multiply. We are going to differentiate this t is to power 4. On differentiating this t is to power 4, this power 4 will come in multiply and power will be reduced. This is 4. After reduction it will become power 3. Similarly for this term it will be 5. Now differentiate it, t square, it will give 2 t is to power 1. Similarly this is 6. Now here t is to power 1, differentiation is used to reduce power. Power 1 is reduced in power 0. Now again the term is this 10. This 10 is constant, it is not involving any t, and differentiation process is done with respect to t. It does not involve any t here, so its differentiation is 0, or we can say differentiation of constant value is 0. Now the result is 3 into 4 equal to 12 t cube plus 5 into 2 10 t plus 6. Anything is to power 0. Anything is to power 0 is 1. 6 into 1 equal to 6 itself. Now this is the equation of velocity. In order to find acceleration, we have to differentiate it again. So a is equal to dv by dt. So again differentiate it. Now 12 t cube, 12 is here. Now differentiate this t cube. T cube will be 3t square. I hope you have understand or learned how to do differentiation. Differentiate this. 10 in multiply, it is t. T is to power 1. It will become t is to power 0 plus 6. It does not involve any t, so its differentiation is 0. So acceleration equation is obtained here. 12 into 3 equal to 36 t square plus 10. Again t is to power 0 equal to 1. 1 into 10 equal to 10. So this acceleration equation is 36 t square plus 10. We have to find acceleration at t equal to 2. This was the question. Put t equal to 2 here in this equation. If you put t equal to 2, you will get 36 into 2 square plus 10. Now again I am writing this term here. Acceleration is 36 into 2 square plus 10. It will be 36 into 4 plus 10. First solve it. 6 into 4, 2 carry, 144 plus 10, 144 plus 10 equal to 54. Its unit is meter per second square. This is acceleration. This is how we do differentiation. So acceleration is second order differentiation term of displacement. First differentiation we have done in order to obtain velocity, and then again we have differentiated it, and this result is called second order differentiated term. One more important relation is or operation in mathematics is called integration. Integration is just a reverse of differentiation. So differentiation and integration, differentiation and integration. Differentiation simply reduces power or breaks one big thing in small things. Integration is just reverse. In integration, you can assemble a big thing by joining many small things. This process is called integration. In differentiation, if I say d by dx and it is x is to power 5, your result was 5x is to power 4, means power 4, power is reduced. In integration, integration symbol is like this, and integration of x is to power 5 with respect to, so it is called integrate x is to power 5 with respect to x. It is read as integrate x is to power 5 with respect to x. This is how you read what it is written. Okay, as we have discussed, integration is addition of many small things to make one big thing. So here power is 5, now power will increase, so it will be increased, power 5 will be increased as power 6. Divide by 6 again. Now note the difference. In the differentiation, this power comes in multiplication, and power is reduced. In integration, power is increased, and what is the value of increased? The new value comes in denominator. So now you can automatically say, if I give you a question like this, its result will be x is to power 8 divided by 8. Again, if I say I give you x is to power 10 dx, it will result in x is to power 11 divided by 11. Sometimes while adding many small things in order to make one big thing, it is not a perfect joint. Or we can say we cannot add many small things into a big thing without a joint mark. So in order to compensate that mismatch, we introduce a term C here. It is called constant of integration. So our answer is x is to power 6 by 6 plus minus C term here. This plus minus C will compensate all the minute defects observed in or come in this integration process. So our result can be written as it. This C term is written as integration constant. Pay attention, this integration constant is introduced only in case when it is indefinite integration. Indefinite integration is integration without limits. Now, what are integration with limits? We will discuss it. Integration with limits is like this: integrate your journey It means we want to integrate our journey from Delhi to Mumbai. This is called lower limit, and this is called upper limit. Means while going from Delhi to Mumbai, we can stop at many stations. If I integrate all these small distances, I can get complete thing from Delhi to Mumbai. This is the physical significance of integration. Again, there is a term associated with integration is this. This is called summation. Summation and integration are similar things, just a difference is there. This summation is done on discrete values. Discrete values means if the members to be added are different, say these are different 4 fingers. If I am adding these 1, 2, 3, 4, addition of these 4 things will be 4. There is a gap between fingers, so these are called discrete. If there is no gap between the fingers, these are mixed, then it becomes a continuous function or continuous thing. In order to add continuous parts, this integration is done, or in order to add these discrete parts, this summation is done. This symbol is summation, it is read as sigma, and this is integration, this is read as integration. Okay. So let us take an example here. If I say x is to power 5 dx from 1 to 2, your result will be simply integrate it. On integration, power will increase, and whatever the increased value is come on denominator, put here a bracket here. Place this limit 1 here, lower limit, and place this upper limit here 2. Now how to proceed? Put this 2 and 1 in place of this x variable, and we will do like this 2. When x is 2, upper limit, put upper limit first, it becomes 2 is to power 6 minus, put lower limit in place of x, in place of x is 1, 1 is to power 6, divide by this 6 is already there. Now you can solve 2 is to power 6, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 6 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again 1, 6. 2 into 2 is equal to 4, 4 into 2 is equal to 8, 8 into 2 is equal to 16, 16 into 2 is equal to 32, and 32 into 2 is equal to 64. So it gives 64 minus 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 many times. Here 1 into 1 into 1, 1, 1, 6 times. It will give result 1. Result is 63 divided by 6. Now we need not introduce this constant term here because it has limits. It is called definite integrations, and it is lower limit and it is upper limit. Students are advised to practice this at home, and there will be no difficulty in doing these integration and differentiation processes. Now why we are discussing this integration and differentiation in physics? Because now these integrations and differentiations are going to deliberately used in the next topics to come. Say this is speed. Speed v is given as dx by dt. We can say speed is obtained on differentiating this distance. Then reverse of it, this distance can be obtained by integrating this speed. So on differentiating distance, you get speed. Reverse of it, on integrating you will get this distance. So these are just reverse processes. Let us see how it is done. If we have x equal to 3t to power 5 plus 7t is to power 4 plus 10t is to power 2. It is randomly given. There is no limited order there. We have to find dx by dt. Now differentiate it. You will get 3 5t4. For this term you will get 7 4t3, and for this term you will get 10t is to power 1. This is 3 into 5 15 t is to power 4 plus 7 into 4 28 t is to power 3 plus this is 10 t is to power 1 is this. So this is differentiation. And multiply, okay, sorry, अगेन डू इट, काट दूंगा मैं उसको. Again do it. This differentiation is done. 5 into 3 15, t is to power 4 plus 7 into 4 28, t is to power 3 plus 2 into 10 20, t is to power 1. I hope you have understand how we are getting these terms. So this is the result, dx by dt means differentiation. If I integrate this, I should get this term. So on integration, you are getting this term. On differentiation, on integration 15. Now power will increase, t is to power 4, 4 will be increased by 5, divide by 5. Now integrate this, 28 will come in multiply. Now this t is to power 3, power 3 will be increased by power 4 and this 4 will come in denominator plus this t 20, t is to power 1 is there. Now on integrating, t is to power t will be obtained. Now the result is 15 into 5, 15 divided by 5 is 3, t is to power 5 plus 28 divided by 4 is 7, t is to power 4 plus this is divide by 2 here, t is to power 1, 10, t is to power. Now notice the difference. If we have differentiated this term, you are getting this, and reverse process is integration. If we do reverse process, we are getting this. So integration and differentiation are opposite processes to each other. Studied equations of motion, and equations of motions are E, Q, U, A, T, I, O, and equations of motion. First equation of motion, you already know it, V is equal to U plus AT. Second equation of motion is S is equal to UT plus half AT square. And third equation of motion is V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. In 9th class, you have crammed these equations by heart. In 11th class, we will learn how these equations are made by using integration and differentiation processes. And this equation is very important for examination point of view. Generally, it is asked in every examination of class 11th. So let us take how to prove or how to obtain these equations by integration and differentiation. Collectively, integration and differentiation is called calculus. So by calculus method, we will obtain this equation. So in order to obtain this equation, so our question is, make equation of motion V is equal to U plus AT by calculus or integration method. Solution. Pay attention. We know that acceleration is dv by dt. It is just similar exercise what we have done earlier. Take this. So a dt is equal to dv. If you put integration at both sides, a dt is equal to dv here. Now you can put limits. Limits acceleration here, time from t equal to 0 to t equal to any time t. Initial value of time is 0 and final value of time is t, or we can say lower limit is 0 and upper limit is 0, t. Here at this, initial value of velocity is 0 and final value of velocity is v, or we can say this is what you have learned. This is final value and this is initial value. So if initial value is 0, put 0 here. If initial value is something other than 0, put that thing there. So here it is 0, it is u. Don't stick with just a formula. Use your mind what parameters are given. Now apply this. This will be a dt will result in t. Put the limits 0 and t here, equal to dv will result in v. Put the limits u and v. Now go up. Just put the limits. A, first put upper limit, this is t, then put minus, then put lower limit 0, place equal sign there, put upper limit in place of this. Upper limit is v minus lower limit. Open the brackets, rearrange. So v is equal to, rearrange it, take this u here, you can again rearrange it. Now we can introduce a special symbol here before each term. This is called this implies that. We cannot use two equal signs there. We cannot use this double equals. So instead of using double equal sign, when we use this type of symbol with arrowhead, it is called this implies that. This implies that means it can also be said like this. So this is the proof of equation 1 of motion. Now proceed to prove equation number 2 of motion. So our question will be look like, make equation of motion s is equal to ut plus half at square. This is second equation. Our objective is to find this term s. S is distance. So remember the formulas related to distance. We know that velocity v is dx by dt. Now take this v dt is equal to dx. Now you can write integration v dt is equal to integration dx. From where you want to integrate, put the limits here, but just take this v. From equation of motion number 1, v is equal to u plus at. So write it, v is equal to u plus at. From where we are taking it? It is from equation number 1. From equation 1 of motion. Put this sign here. It is dt is equal to dx. Now do integration this dt. This can be written as integration u into dt plus integration at dt is equal to this term dx. Now just solve it. On just solving it, u into dt is equal to ut plus at dt. Here it is a. This is t is to power 1, and on integrating this will become t is to power 2 divided by 2. This is integration dx is x. Now you can apply limits there. On applying limits, from where we want to integrate? From Delhi to Mumbai. Like this, we want to integrate from initial value of time. Here it is the relation of time. Initial value of time is 0 and final value of time is t. So initial value of time is 0, final value of time is t. Initial value of time is 0, final value of time is t. Initial value of time is 0, final value of time is t. Initial value of time is 0, final value of time is t. You can make it big bracket also. Integration. Initial value of distance 0 and final value of distance is s. Put initial value of distance 0, final value of distance s. Put initial value of distance 0, final value of distance s. This is step by step how we proceed. Now just put the values. Put t in place of t minus 0 in place of t. So it will be u. Put upper limit first, then minus lower limit 0 plus this a. Put upper limit is t, so t square minus lower limit 0 square divided by 2 is already taken there as it is. Here this term is upper limit s, lower limit 0. Rewriting it, u t minus 0, this is upper limit, this is lower limit, plus a t square minus 0 square divided by this 2 equal to this is s minus 0. Now arrange it. U into t ut. U into 0 is 0. No need of writing 0. A t square divided by 2 is equal to s. Rearrange it. S is equal to ut plus half at square. This is the proof of equation number 2 of motion. Now move on proving equation number 3 of motion. So equation 3rd of motion is v square equal to u square plus 2as. Now again, how to start? This is the important thing. How to start? Start with this equation by this acceleration parameter. And acceleration parameter a is equal to dv by dt. It may be written, this differentiation is with respect to time, and it has another formula v dv by dx. Pay attention, this is differentiation with respect to time, and this is differentiation with respect to position. So v dv by dx, by using this, so we can omit this term. I am letting this is here. Acceleration a is v dv by dx. Use it. Don't go with dv by dt. Use v dv by dx. Now do it. What we are doing in earlier, a into dx is equal to v dv. Then we will apply integration sign. A dx is equal to integration v dv. You can put limits from here also. This is dx, means integration is done with respect to x. X is position or distance or displacement, what it is. So initial value of this is 0 and final value of distance is s. Initial velocity of initial velocity is written as u and final value of velocity is v. So put the value here. A is a dx. On integration dx we will get x. Put the limits 0 and s there. This will become integration v. Here v is to power 1 and v is to power 1 will increase up to power 2. V is to power 2 divided by this. Put the limits there, u and v. Now do the same exercise while putting upper limit first minus lower limit. Then put this v in place of this v. Luckily it is v. Then put lower limit, it is u. Square divide by 2. What it is? As equal to v square minus u square divided by 2. Now take this here. This is 2as equal to v square minus u square. Now rearrange it. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. This is our optimum result. So this is how we can use integration and differentiation in order to evaluate the formula. Evaluating formulas by using mathematical exercise is called derivation. So we can derive these formulas by using integration approach. We are ending our lecture here. We will discuss more about motion, motional parameters and numericals based on these equations in next lecture. Thank you.